Hello students, today we will see dump truck problem. So the question is like this, a company uses 6 dump trucks that are used to haul manganese from coal to industry. There are 2 loaders to load each truck. After loading, a truck moves to the weighing scale to be weighed. The Q discipline is FIFO. When it is weighed, a truck travels to the industry and returns to the loader queue. The distribution of loading time, weighing time, and travel time are as follows. So they have given the load time, weighing time, and the travel time. Calculate the total busy time of both the loaders, load utilization, and scale utilization. Assume 5 trucks are at the loader and 1 is at the scale at time 0. So according to the question, there are 2 loaders. So loaders are shown here, and there is one scale upon which each of the truck will be scaled for the given load. And they have given about the load time, weighing time, and the travel time. So this is just a pictorial representation of the dump truck problem, and there is nothing like how many persons are there and all those things. So we will have to calculate at clock 0. Initially, we will always start with clock 0. So clock 0, how many trucks are on the loader on the scale? So according to the question, at clock 0, on the loader there are 2 trucks, and on the scale there is 1 truck. So let us just have 1 truck on scale W, and we will denote it as scale. We denote it as W here. So I put the truck T1 on scale W, and since they have given on the loader there are 2 trucks, so let us put T2 and T3 trucks on the loader, and the remaining trucks T4, T5, T6, they are on the loader Q. So we represent loader Q as LQ, loader as L, weighing Q as WQ, and scale as W. And these are the values given. So at clock 0, we just saw the pictorial representation. So let us see what are the future events. So at scale W, there's always, you have to remember that there are only 3 future kind of events here. One is at the scale, the other one is at loader L, the other one is the trucks which are out of the scale here. So only 3 types of events we have. So here as such, we don't have any truck which is outside the scale. So we have only 2 types of future events. So the first one is at scale W. So at scale W, we have to find out the future event. How to find the future event is that first you have to find out end weighing. That is one common thing that we will understand. Okay, on scale, when we are ending the weighing, then whatever is the current clock plus weighing time that is given in the table, and then which is the truck which is on the scale. So end weight, we mention it as EW, then current clock is 0, plus weighing time is, according to this one, you check out the table. So weighing time is 12 here, the first one. So as soon as you put 12 here, you cross it out in your answer booklet. So in case the question is asked, you write down 12 here and then you put a cross here. Otherwise, you will have lots of confusion with the different values. And the truck number is T1 here. Okay. So the second future event is at loader. At loader we have 2 trucks. So the formula is end loading. We represented it as EL. Then the current clock plus the load time. So which is the load time? 10 we will take it for the first truck T2, and then we will take 5 for the second truck. And then what is the truck number? And guys, always I will start from the scale. Okay, at the scale I will put T1, and the rest of the trucks in order itself I have put. So it's better always you go with the order. So at loader we have EL 10, T2, EL 5, T3. So these are the future events. So the same thing I will just put it in a table. So even in the exam, you don't have to represent each one pictorially. This pictorial representation is not necessary always, but you should know how it works. You have to just put it as a pictorial way. So you have to draw this table. Let us say clock, and then LQ, which is nothing but loader Q, then L of T, that is loader, W key of T is nothing but the weighing Q time, then W of T is scale time. And what are the trucks we have at the loader queue, and what are the trucks we have at weighing queue, and then what are the future event list, then busy time and the busy server. Okay, so busy like which are the loader at what time the loader is busy and what time the scale is busy. So this is loader, this is scale, at what time they are busy. So how we are doing this one is initially clock is 0. So LQ of T. So check out LQ of T. So how many trucks we have in the queue? 3 trucks. And then at the loader we have 2. And no truck is weighing in the is waiting in the waiting queue. So it is 0. Then WT, that is scale, we have 1 truck. So the loader queue, there are 3 trucks which are on the loader queue, so I'll just name them here. Then in the weighing queue, no truck is available. Future events, so whatever we have already done here, the same thing, you will have to just write it down. And initially, both loader and scale will be 0. The busy time will be 0. So the next thing is we have to find out which is the next clock. So the next clock will be, we have found out all the future event list here. Out of these 3, the one which is having the least time will be taken as the next clock. So we have 12, 10 and 5. So out of this, 5 is the least time. So we will take the next clock as EL5T3. Yeah, this you should be knowing. So according to this one, this is the when the clock is 0, the values are like this. Now the next clock is EL5T3, right? So you change the clock to 5, and here we will just make few changes here. So T1, it is still in the scale, because TL, look at this one, T1, at what time it is ending the weighing? At 12th clock 12. Okay, so what is the current clock? 5. So it is still on the scale itself. So T1 you are not removing. Now what are you supposed to do? You will have to end load T3. That means T3 loading is done now. So what are you supposed to do? This T3, you need to bring it to the weighing queue. So T3, I will bring it to the weighing queue. And according to the question, the loader, there are 2 loaders and they will have to be busy all the time. Okay, so once I take out T3 here, only T2 will be there, right? So I will have to bring T4, the next truck which is on the loader queue, I will bring it onto the loader. So at clock 5, T1 we have on the scale, T3 has moved on to the weighing queue, then T2 as usual it is there, but T4 we have brought from loader queue to loader, and in loader queue one less, that is T5 and T6 are there on loader. Okay, so according to this one, again we will have to find the future events. So at scale, do you have any changes? No, we did not make any change. So it is remaining as usual. At loader, see T2 was already there on the loader, right? So we are not making any change. Now what is the next truck which is on the loader? T4. So for T4, we have to write the future event. So at scale, the same thing. At loader, the first one T2 remains unchanged, and now for T4 we are writing the future event. So EL, that is end loading, the current clock, that is 5, plus now you take the, it is end loading, so load time you have to take the next one. This is already done, right? So you take the next clock which is 5. So as soon as you finish off one clock, you cross it. So I get 5 plus 5 and then T. So these are the new event. This is one new event, future event, but in the table you will write which is the clock. At LQ what do you have? Only 2 trucks, and at loader we have 2 trucks. WQ, now previous one it was 0, now it is 1. Then at scale we have. So what are the trucks we have on the loader queue? T5 and T6. And on the weighing queue, we have now T. So the event list we are writing here, future event list we are writing. Okay. So now after this, you have to find out the busy time of the loader, busy time of the scale. So what is the busy time of the loader? Check out between 0 and 5. Is the loader busy? So how do we know whether the loader is busy? Check out how many loaders we have. Every time 2 loaders we have which are to be busy. So check out between 0 and 5. Just take one now. I'll annotate it. So between 0 and 5, check out whether the loader is 2, whether it is 2. So once it is 2, that means okay, the loader is busy. Between 0 and 5, the loader is having the value to L of t should be 2. If that is the case, that means what? Okay, we will find out what is the busy loader time. So how we are finding out the busy loader time is, it is a cumulative loader time. So what you are doing, 0, you write it as it is, 0 plus between 0 and 5, correct? So what is the difference? 5 minus 0, 5. Okay, so between 0 and 5, that is 5 minus 0, 5 into how many loaders we have? Two loaders, correct? So 5 into 2, 0 plus 5 into 2, that is nothing but 10. So 10 is the cumulative busy load time. Similarly, busy scale between 0 5, check out whether the scale is busy. Yes, the scale is busy. How do we know whether between 0 and 5 the scale is busy? Check out W of t. Is it busy one scale and it is having one value? That means it is busy. Okay, so between 0 and 5, the scale is busy. So 0 plus 5 minus 0 is 5, and we have only one scale, so it is nothing to multiply by anything else. Okay, that means it is multiplied by 1. Okay, so this is the second value what is. So the next clock we have to find out. So which is the next clock here? The next clock is least time among these current events. So 12, 10, 10. Out of these, the least can be T2 or T4, anything is. Okay, I have just taken it as T2. So out of this, the next clock is 10 to. So what are you supposed to do? You will have to end the loading of T2, bring it to the weighing queue, and then T4 you bring it here. Now it is khali empty, so T5 you will bring it to the load. So the same procedure we will follow. So the new events what we have accordingly between we have got one value on the loader queue, two on the loader, two on the weighing queue, then one on the weighing scale. Then T6 is the only one which is on the loader queue. Then on the weighing queue, we have T2 and T3. And remember, anytime weighing queue, we don't take it for the future events. Loader queue, weighing queue, we don't take it for future events. So we will get the new values like this. And then between 5 and 10 is a loader busy? Yes. So what you have to do? Take the previous value 10 plus 10 minus 5 is 5. 5 into 2. So 10 plus 5 into 2, that is 20. Similarly, between 5 and 10 is the scale busy? Yes. So the previous value plus 10 minus 5 is 5, that is 10. So out of these three, the least is 10. So EL10 T4. So this procedure keeps on going. Okay, and the same way I will just move on. It is all done. So here we have got these are the values what we have got. So 10, which is in the previous one was also 10. The new event is also 10 because that was the least value out of those events. So after this, let us see. Now we have got 12, 20, and then 20. So out of this, 12 is the least value. So the next value is EW12. That means what? The clock was 10. Now the new clock is EW. You know what is EW? Ending weighing. That is end scaling. When the scaling is done, we will have to move it out. So at what time? 12. Which 12? T. So at clock 12, what is happening is we are moving T1 out. T3 we will bring it on scale because it has to be on scale. One truck has to be on the scale, and then we will move T2, T4 here. On the loader we have T5 and T6. So once this is done, now where T1 should be? Once it is moved out of the scale, it will be moving on to the industry. So I will put in T1 outside, okay, outside these scales. Yeah. So how do we find the future events is now at scale at loader weighing. So the new event is after weighing. ALQ is nothing but after weighing. Okay. So ALQ we mentioned. Then what is the current clock? 12. Now check out the weighing time. Okay, sorry, what is the traveling time? So ALQ after weighing means it is after weighing, correct? So it is ALQ, comma, the current time is 12 plus travel time we have to find out. That is 60. So 12 plus 60 and then which to T. So at scale now there is a new truck T3. So find out EW current time plus the new weighing time is 12. Then this is a new. At loaded, there is no change. T5, T6 are there, so just leave it as it is. So in the table, you have got 4 events. So between 10 and 12 is the loader busy? Yes. So the previous value 20 plus 12 minus 10, that is 2, 2 into 2. Yes, similarly, busy server 10 previous value plus 12 minus 10 is 2. So that is 12. So the next clock will be, we have out of this 20 is the least. So this procedure keeps on going. Okay, so and what are you supposed to do is, you will have to do it at the till all the trucks are out of the scale. So it is really quite lengthy, but you have to do it, and the illustration is also given there, so you can just go through these illustrations, and till all the trucks are out of the scale, we will take it as we will have to keep on finding out the clock and the busy time. So once all the trucks are out, say T6 here, T6 is here. So once it is out, then you can stop it. So at clock 76, we are stopping here. So the average loader utilization will be busy loader time divided by number of loaders divided by total runtime of the simulation. So busy loader, we have got the simulated value. No? So busy loader is 49. So we have got the simulated value. That is the cumulative value, that is 49. Number of loaders 2. Total runtime of the simulation, how to find is, check out the clock here, that is 76. So we have got it as 0.3. And average scale utilization will be busy scale time divided by total run. So busy scale time will be, see, look at this, 76 cumulative value. And the total runtime is 76. So 76 by 76 by 76, that is average scale utilization is